So I have a lot on my mind right now that I want to discuss. And besides praying to the man up above, I just feel like led to, come on camera and do a video. This makes me feel really sad to say. Working in this journalism industry, you had to report. I had to report a lot of passings throughout the years, and I really, honestly, this felt worse than reporting the passing of Takeoff. It hurts worse. I am currently 31 years old, and I started in music journalism in 2016. And during that time was the same time Take Heath came out swinging. And I remember hearing Black Boy JB uh, riding in the motherfucking road. Buh. And I remember playing that constantly on my playlist. Um, it was, hold on. It was kind of like the feeling of like Pharrell or like Timberland and I'm not saying that his production was like that, but it gave you like the same energy, It's like his music, his beats gave you a surge of energy during a time where everybody kind of just was sounding the same and everybody was so hit focused. It seemed like this producer in particular, Tay Keith, he was focused on making an impact. And if y'all don't know me, my name is Tracy BA. I am a music journalist. I have my talk show here. But a lot of people don't know this, but I'm a big producer fan. I never actually came out and said that on my platform, but I'm a really big producer fan. Like I really love talking and studying um, producers. That's just always just been my thing. Um, Even when I was, coming up in the industry, I was always covering producers. Like I remember doing interviews with like Mitch Mula, a lot of Juice WRLD's producers. Um, I did uh, I did a interview with Megan the Stallion, Big Ol' Freak, the producer, starts with a J, I think. But that just kind of shows that I really care about the producer industry. But I say all that to say is at the time when I was coming up, Tay Keith was coming up as well, okay? But he came through swinging and he came out with um just a sound that just stood out. I mean, Drake, nonstop. Black Boy JB, Drake, DJ Khaled, Beyonce, Sicko Mode. These are all. I'm getting chills just talking about this and naming these songs, but these are all songs that they weren't just hits. They just weren't just radio tracks. These were songs that really moved us, and oftentimes the person, like the artist or whatever, whether it's producer, musician, whatever, like the artist, it's the spirit behind, what they put out. And I can say with Tay Keith, everything he put out, it made you want to move. Like it just uplifted you. No, even like a sexy red track, I think he also produced her breakout single Downtown. I'm not the biggest fan of Sexy Red. I don't listen to Sexy Red. A lot of things that she stands for. Yeah, I try not to judge, but even when that song hit the streets, it was like, oh, take Keith again. But sometimes it's the substance. Like the lyrics are one thing, but it's like I said, it's the spirit behind the production. And every time Take Keith would drop, it's that. I actually met Take Keith in 20, well, I think I met him in 2017. And just like once, like I went to a pop-up shop, and but we kind of already like kind of like already met before then, but um I was working at Respect Magazine at the time. I don't know if you guys remember Respect Magazine. Still, I think it still exists. And one of the writers did a cover story on him, and I just was just super excited. And I was just like, yeah, he deserves this cover. I wish I can go ahead and pull it up. I'm gonna do it while I'm talking. But I really just felt like, he deserved it. Um, Let me see it here. Okay, I think I got it. It's gonna be kind of blurry, I think, but let me put it up on the screen. Right, right here. It's a little blurry, yeah. Um, yeah, the writer, she had an idea. She's from Tennessee. And then I just remember being on the call, like, yeah, do it. Um, but this is one of my favorite covers. I did the Doja Cat cover. She did this one. I remember even like just coming down to the name. I was like the Platinum Guru, or we were like just like we should do the Platinum Guru. Uh, now that I look back on it, I'm like we definitely could have went harder with that. But um, I just remember just being proud of this cover and just really being on the call and rooting for him to be on this cover, and how much it took for the writer Jasmine to get him on the cover. Um, but I'm saying that this is how much of an impact like he's had like on me, like low key. But I just always like been inspired by him. And I'm not no music producer. I'm just a journalist, but I'm inspired by the how he always strived for perfection. Um, I admired his energy, because when I met him, he wasn't like, I'm Tay Keith, or like not making eye contact or anything. Like he looked you in the eye, genuine connection, and just humble. Like you had, and let's talk about the success that he had so fast. Like one year, I believe it was Black Boy JB, an artist that nobody even heard of. And, you did like the legendary move. I feel like as a producer, the goal is to always have an artist and come up with them. Like he did that. But the next year, I believe he was doing Before I Let Go by Beyonce. Like this is crazy. Like I just remember seeing that and like, wow, wow. you know, as someone that's in the industry and that always, came up, um, it's very, very rare for you to go from, this to like a level of Beyonce. And I always just found that so intriguing because all that does is tell me that he was just that great at his craft. Um, he's just that great, When you're that great, you're here, and then the next second you're here because people recognized it. Like Tay Keith wasn't somebody that's like, I'm Tay Keith, like, yeah, granted we have the Tay Keith tag, but he wasn't somebody that was just like beating on his chest like I'm Tay Keith, I'm this, I'm that, yap, 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 I'm doing this, I'm doing that. That man was just locked in. And anybody that I know that knows him would say that he's just somebody that's just chill, just locked in. Just not boisterous, not, like look at me, nah, I did this and I did that. Like the most I seen him talk, I think, was when he graduated college a couple years ago. at the height of his career, and I was just like, wow, shoot, like you still going, So this is somebody that's very inspirational, and I just wanted to, use my platform to just remind you guys, like, oh wow, his graduation photo is right here. Oh, this wasn't that long ago. I graduated in 2019. I think he graduated in 2020. Like that was not that long ago. Um, Let me take a list of his accomplishments. So, produced for Black Boy JB and Drake's hit song Look Alive, which reached number 5 on the Billboard Hot 100. Produced Drake's Nonstop, which peaked at number 2 on the Billboard Hot 100. Y'all, it even had a trend. People was taking their wigs off. Remember the light switch and the lights on? It's like something crazy going on. Somebody's hair is missing. Something's missing. It was so fun. Like, it was just so fun. Co-produced Travis Scott's Sicko Mode, which became a number 1 hit and one of the biggest rap songs ever released. Earned a Grammy nomination for the best rap song for Sicko Mode. Produced records for major artists like Drake, Travis Scott, Eminem, Lil Baby, Future, Beyonce, Sexy Red, helping bring the Memphis rap sound into the mainstream industry. Yes, I have to say this. Um, he helped a lot. We see Memphis at the top, and we have to give a lot of that to Take Keith. um, he really made Memphis or Tennessee overall shine, like it's California, like it's Hollywood or something. Um, Graduated from MTSU, Middle Tennessee State University, with a bachelor's degree while already producing chart topping records. Founded the Dramatized label and expanded into music entrepreneurship. Named BMI Songwriter of the Year in 2025. Reached 5 Billboard Hot 100 number 1 records as a producer by 2025. Was recognized by Billboard as one of the top R&B hip hop producers of the 21st century. Became one of the most recognizable producers in hip hop with his famous producer tag, Take Keith, F these ends up. I got emotional just reading that because, and I want to close this out with this. I'm somebody that always thinks about life. My platform is based on spirituality. And I think about all the time is we have to do the best we can do in this lifetime. I see people get angry about this and get hurt about this and all these things. But you have one life to live, and if you could live your life the way in this way, how would you want it to be? Um, and Take Heath clearly loved what he did, aimed to be the best. He didn't do too much. He made amazing music that moved us. Um, and when you want something bad, you gotta just focus. You just gotta do it and do it different. And that's what he did. And this life that we're living is just so precious. I don't know what happened. I'm really hoping it's not, certain things. um, but prayers for family and prayers for everybody that is in his camp and everything as well, and for all of like Tennessee, because this is a big loss, and of course the entire music industry. But I feel like Take Heath is a testament to, if you want something bad enough, you really gotta focus. You gotta, maybe sometimes isolate, like maybe sometimes, like whatever, like, and when you do it, make sure you do it better. Do it different. And when you do it that way, the the way or the opportunities that will come to you, it would just be like out of this world. It wouldn't be just like any opportunity. Like every opportunity saw Take Keith get was life changing. It wasn't small. It was, always something great. But when you master and you put your heart into something you love, those are the results that you get. So, rest in peace to Take Keith. I hate that I'm even doing this report. I done went from writing articles in a couple years doing a video about him not being here. But for whatever the reason is, I'm praying for the family, and more reports should be rolling in soon. And make sure you follow me on Instagram at TracyVA Media, and I'll update you guys some more. But prayers for Take Keith, and you guys stay safe, stay strong, and keep hustling. Okay. This was Tracy VA. I'm out.